Hope he stays. Welcome back to Sports Talk, everybody. So where do the Redskins go from here? As we close another forgetful season, how does Bruce Allen and Mike Shanahan, how do they do filling the holes on this team? A team really that needs to be a contender in this town. Joining us now, J.I. Halsell, an agent with Priority Sports and former capologist with the Redskins. Always great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
And let me say this, a Gonzaga graduate. Now, I know you're busy, but when you look at this and you look at what the Redskins have done, Redskins always seem to be okay under the cap financially. Right. Are they still?
They are. As they go into 2012, they're $20+ million in cap space. So they have flexibility to go out into veteran free agency. And if you want to go get a bargain free agent to help you out on the offensive side of the ball, because that's really where they really need the help, they can go out and do that. And you saw last season they made some pretty good acquisitions that didn't break the bank. And so they will probably continue down that path again.
And that's the key. They didn't break the bank, which really goes against what the Redskins had been doing, going for the superstars. I mean, $100 million contracts was crazy.
Right. No, when you look at the Barry Cofield deal, the Stephen Bowen deal, these are deals, OJ Atogwe, these deals, the way they were structured in a way that were very cap friendly, and you hadn't seen that historically under the previous regime.
All right, I'm going to ask you a very complicated question. Try to simplify it if you can. Under the cap, what are the loopholes? How do you get under that cap? How do you take salaries and defer payments and things like that? I mean, you hear about it. Some teams have trouble. Others don't, like Washington.
The Redskins really leveraged the uncapped year, and what they did was they restructured deals like D'Angelo Hall, Albert Hainsworth when he was here, and put all of that money in the uncapped year so that going forward in 2011, 2012, when you have a salary cap, you now have flexibility in cap space, and so that's what they've done.
Last year in the draft, they traded really backwards to gain more picks, and it was brilliant.
Absolutely.
Now this year, would they trade up to get a quarterback with a situation with Rex Grossman?
I think you need to see where in RG3 and how he does, and if he even comes out, if Landry Jones comes out. The only quarterback you know right now that's coming out, Matt Barkley said he's going back to USC. So you have to see, Andrew Luck is the only guy, and he's not going to be there when the Redskins pick, obviously. So you have to really see what happens. I think given the philosophy last year, they'll probably continue to trade down to acquire more picks. And, you know, it worked out. Roy Halou's been a contributor. Leonard Hankerson's been a contributor. So they've gotten production out of their draft picks, and I assume they will do the same next year.
Although a lot of people say there are some quality quarterbacks out there, even with the USC situation. I mean, there's still guys coming out they think can help some clubs.
No doubt. But obviously the RG3s, the Andrew Lucks of the world will be the target and will be the top 10 picks. But you have other guys out there. You know, Kellen Moore at Boise State, people think he's a little undersized, but has been very productive in college. And so we'll see how this process goes in the offseason with the draft coming up.
Now, you were in that front office out in Ashburn. People say that Bruce Allen is one of the best in capology. How much did that help you in your transition to be an agent?
Well, Bruce Allen, I got to meet when he was in Oakland, and I worked with Eric Schaefer, who continues to be part of that front office. And, you know, between Eric Schaefer and being in the management council, when you learn how to manipulate the cap and structure contracts at a Washington Redskins who, you know, acquires players in a very aggressive manner, it only helps you as you work on the agent side of the business like I do now to really think creatively to structure deals that are really a win-win for both our clients and also for the teams. Explain
to me very quickly, because we're almost out of time. An agent, do you go out and how do you recruit? Is it just like recruiting an athlete to come into your firm?
You know, the agent business has a kind of a tarnished image, and at Priority Sports we really pride ourselves on doing it the right way, and just as much as we do it the right way as a business, those are the type of kids that we recruit, good character kids. And so, you know, we go through the appropriate channels, we go through the compliance offices, we go through the coaches, you know, we talk with the parents when we're allowed to talk to them, and, you know, we go after good character kids, and it makes our job easier. It makes it a lot easier for us to be an advocate for them.
You were running down your roster, and I don't want to do this publicly, but you've got a pretty nice house.
They've done a great job at Priority,
got some
and
great
I'm
athletes.
happy to be there.
J.I., always great to be with you.
Thanks for
so
having
much.
me. I appreciate it.
Always dropping the 411 on me. I like it. J.I., thanks for joining us. That's it for this edition of Sports Talk. Thanks for joining us. For Mike Jones, Laurent Prophet, and J.I., thank you very much. Happy